Hello, divas. Hello, hello, hello. So, I just had my coffee, added some hot chocolate to it. It was very, very good. But, getting right into it, you know, what's been like really popping up in my mind today is there's just, I've never really felt so desensitized to what's going on around me. Of course, not in a sense of feeling indifferent as to what's going on, but like, I'm not even, it's like, with everything that's going on, especially like in Minnesota, as of recently, well, with everything that's going on in Minnesota currently or whatever, like, it's like I'm at a point now where like I'm not even shocked. It is expected. Um, and of course, despite like this feeling or whatever, right? Oh, honey, doesn't mean I'm just going to be like, oh well, we just have to take it. No, absolutely not. It's just like, let's say it's just the bar is so low, and the disappointment just like and the reason why I kind of just feel like so just well I don't know, it's because like, okay, so when I was on TikTok or whatever, my entire majority of my For You page was just like astrology, tarot, and world news. And I'm very grateful for TikTok because I'm not on it anymore. I made an account the other day and I deleted it. But it was so informative. And I was just thinking to myself that, like, I relied on it as a form of news because, not many of these news outlets or whatever, um, like when you look at the news, like they're always just like beating around the bush yeah, they're always beating around the bush. Or, there's just like a lack beating around the bush or just completely acting as if nothing is like happening. And I'm saying this in regards to the genocides, right? Like, um, anyway, I use TikTok for that, and for which I'm grateful because, how did I get into TikTok? Okay, so naturally, with that comes, getting a lot of footage, from what's like happening in these places where they're currently, experiencing a genocide. And just like, like to see the videos of just like, there was that one that one picture of that parent like carrying their child's body parts in a bag. You know what I mean? And that right there, and just seeing, and we're going on 3 years. Well, you see, I have to keep saying well because it's not like something out of the blue. But with that, and then sorry. But yeah, so constantly seeing things as such, and also genuinely like really like learning, like really really like learning and becoming more aware as to what's like happening in certain countries in Africa. Because to be honest with you, that 100% doesn't get covered at all. And it's literally through TikTok that I really gained some information. Really, like, actually, like, realize, like, wait a fucking minute. You know what I mean? And I guess what adds to this, like, level of desensitized, girl, I can't even say that shit right now. Anyway. But what adds to this feeling more or less is, just for seeing how long such major like platforms, news outlets, celebrities, everything just remains silent, and seeing how long it has taken certain people to speak out or whatever. It's like, I don't know. But this is what I'm saying though. Not what I'm saying, but this is what people have been saying. You need to really give a fuck as to what's going on outside of your country, especially when your country is like just involved and taking part as to what they're doing elsewhere. You know what I mean? Because if they're gonna do it outside of this country to other people, sweetie, they're gonna do it to you, okay? You never think it's going to be you until it is, right? And I guess it's not, I guess. I am glad though, and I'm happy to see, like, I'm seeing like a lot of like people speaking out about it, especially like on social media, and like well, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it, which as they should. But I just can't help but to feel that I wish we could have seen this much of a reaction in such the span that it has for the things that, you know, had been going on before this. Not that police brutality hasn't been going on here, but of course now it's like really getting amplified, or whatever. I mean, because like I'm talking about like what's like happening like in all the countries, you know, are experiencing a genocide, right? And beyond that, right? Beyond that, that's like what I'm saying here. Like, it's just, anyway. Because I'm 100% certain that there are some just like other countries as well too that are just really undergoing a lot of just insane shit. Like, I'm sure, right? Especially at the hands of the West, right? Haiti, you know what I mean? Like, a whole bunch of fucking places. But, you know, all the things that have been like happening, like, I mean, the silence that's been going on with the fucking like genocides though, because that's like all up there in your face as well, right? So that really helps too, or whatever. And it's like, do you know what I'm saying? I am very grateful and I'm very happy though to see more people speaking out about what's going on. But, you know, this is why it's important. I mean, this is what happens when people hold a place of superiority to people different from them. Especially we see that in the West or whatever. And that creates a lack of empathy. Or whatever. So there's less of a need to care because it's not you and it's not affecting you. But now that it's actually affecting you, now like there's more. You know what I mean? And I like genuinely, this is just like why I'm always just saying in general as well too, because like do what the fuck you want to do, okay, and to live your own life, okay? Doesn't have to make sense to anybody, okay? Don't force yourself into a conventional life if it's not for you. Don't make yourself do the things what society might, you know, shove down your throat, okay? As I will say, you are God and you are a creator. All this shit that's going on or whatever, and just like all the fucking rules here that's implemented upon us, it's all fucking made up. And it's like you really begin to just realize all the ways in which they're controlling you or whatever. And the West as well too, where there's such like a lack of community as well too. Like the stuff that goes on at the hands of those and power, whatever, what, like, it's not fucking normal. Like, we're supposed to care. We're supposed to give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I think about, like, I just don't understand how people can get so jaded. And I'm talking about those, the top 1%, the, like, whatever. How can people get so jaded that they can, like, literally turn their head to what's going on, or, play a part in it, in the exploitation of people? This is what I'm saying here. No matter, and it's funny, it's not funny, but it's like, this is what I'm saying, where, not what I'm saying, it's just the fact that there is no amount of greed. I mean, like, there's no amount of these people have all this power and all this money, and yet they're still not satisfied. They're still not satisfied, right? It's so important, and I've been learning this, and I still am, but I'm learning this. It's so important to really detach myself from money and the ideas that I tie to money, and it's not fucking even real. This is crazy. You know what I mean? But I've really been, like, sitting with that and working, just really thinking about my relationship with money, and, really learning some of the things I need to deconstruct when it came to that. And especially the value that I placed on myself, depending on how much money I had, or how much, you understand what I'm saying? Because I reflect as well too on all the times where I've had jobs and I've had a lot of money or whatever, but it was never enough. It was never enough. The more I had, the more I wanted. The more I wanted. And I'm grateful for all the experiences within my life, and especially this experience right now where, I'm detaching and not forcing myself into things or doing things I don't want all for the sake of money. But of course, that puts me in a very uncomfortable position financially, right? But it's teaching me that we don't really need that fucking much. We really don't need that much. There's so much value in being present, and there's so much value. It's because majority of the time as well too, the things that I would purchase or do when I had money as well too was more or less really I honestly, sometimes it's just out of boredom or to distract, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with money, but it's important to work on your relationship or reflect on it, because it's a tool utilized to control ya. You know what I mean? So